The USS Michael Murphy was named after Lieutenant Michael Murphy, a Navy SEAL who was part of a 4-man SEAL reconnaissance squad that was sent into Afghanistan in 2005 as part of Operation Red Wings. When he and the other men in his squad came under heavy fire from a numerically superior Taliban force, Lieutenant Murphy made the incredible and heroic decision to go out into the open to make a call with his encrypted Iridium phone in order to call in for a quick reaction force. He knew at the time that the act of going out into the open would likely cost him his life, and ultimately it did, but he knew that that had to be done for the QRF to come in, for there to be any hope of rescuing his team. The ship was named after Lieutenant Murphy not only for that act, which was incredible, and for which he earned the Medal of Honor, the first naval officer to win the Medal of Honor since Vietnam, but basically because that act reflected who Michael Murphy was. He lived a life of courage and incredible character, and so the ship is named not only after that one act, but about who Michael Murphy was his whole life. The USS Michael Murphy is an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. She is DDG 112, which means she is the 62nd ship in the Arleigh Burke class. And the Arleigh Burke class of destroyer is what's known as a multi-mission destroyer, which means that she is equally capable of executing surface, air, and subsurface missions, and the crew is trained to be able to execute all of those simultaneously. Lead the fight is the ship's motto, and it's something that we talk about and reference and think about all the time. For us, leading the fight is about sacrifice and courage, and it's much more for us than just the ship's motto and something that's on the crest. There's another phrase that we always keep in mind, although we don't talk about it as frequently as we do lead the fights, and when we do, we almost speak with it with reverence, and that term is never forget. You've seen it on some patches with the skeleton frog that's famous with the SEALs. But for us, never forget, it's about more than just sacrifice and courage. It's about integrity and humility, two things that we talk about a lot. And so if I had to say the legacy that we strive every day, both in our personal lives and while we're executing our duties on board, to live up to, I guess it'd be best summed up in those 4 words, which is sacrifice, courage, integrity, and humility. Every day it's a humbling experience for me to have the privilege of leading these sailors. And that's what the greatest privilege is, and that's what puts the biggest smile on my face. It's the privilege of working alongside sailors each day. They completely inspire and motivate me. And seeing them come together as a team, and this crew, what they have done together. I've been on board almost 2 years, and seeing how far they've come, and especially on deployment, how they've coalesced into such an amazing group and executed every mission we've been tasked on deployment with pride and professionalism. It's truly the greatest privilege of my almost 20-year career. If you've had a chance to look at my command philosophy, it starts with talking about Team Murphy. And there are a lot of people that are on that team, and a lot more people are on that team than just are on this ship. But it's all the families back at home that support us and allow us to have the privilege of going to sea for our country.